The starving reason your own kidneys hoard salt the exact same way Death Valley's floor hoards it, and in 1849, it convinced an entire wagon train that a lake had vanished from the earth without leaving behind a single grain of sand. They named it Death Valley because they thought it killed them. But it wasn't the heat that fooled them. It was the ground. You walk onto that valley floor expecting dunes, expecting soft golden sand between your toes. Instead, you get something hard, white, and cracked, like a frozen ocean turned to bone. There is no sand here, not really. And the reason there isn't is the same reason your body is quietly rationing something inside you right now, this second, without asking permission. Sand needs a story. It needs rock ground down over millions of years, carried by wind, sorted by size, deposited in soft moving hills. Death Valley never got that story. It got a different one. Water used to pour down from the surrounding mountains, the Panamints, the Amargosa Range, carrying dissolved minerals with it. That water had nowhere to go. Death Valley is a closed basin. No river runs out. So the water just sat there and baked again until only the minerals were left behind. Not sand, salt. A crust of it, locked tight across 200 square miles in a basin sitting 282 feet below sea level, the lowest point in North America. The reason there's no sand is the same reason you were never meant to survive standing on it. Walk into the Devil's Golf Course and you'll see what that salt becomes when nobody disturbs it for centuries. Jagged spires, sharp as broken teeth, some ankle-high, all fused from crystallized minerals that never got the chance to dissolve again. A park ranger once said you could shred a tire just standing still. In 1913, 3 miles from here, Furnace Creek recorded 134 degrees Fahrenheit, still the hottest air temperature ever measured on the surface of this planet. That heat doesn't just punish you, it's the engine. It's what pulls the water up and out, leaving the salt behind, layer after layer, year after year, like a scar that keeps thickening instead of healing. But the salt isn't the strangest part. 60 miles north on a dry lakebed called Racetrack Playa, rocks move. Boulders weighing hundreds of pounds drag themselves across the flat ground, leaving long trails behind them like something alive had pushed them in the night. For almost a century, nobody could explain it. No footprints, no machinery, no wind strong enough, supposedly, to shove stone. People whispered about magnetic fields, about aliens, about the desert itself deciding to move. Then in 2013, scientists finally caught it on camera. Not magic, ice. A rare, thin sheet of meltwater freezes overnight into a fragile skin, and a light wind, barely enough to ruffle your hair, is suddenly enough to sail a boulder across a frictionless floor. The desert isn't haunted. It's just patient, and it waits for exactly the right conditions to reveal what it's capable of. That patience runs deeper than the surface. Underneath Death Valley sits Devil's Hole, a flooded limestone cavern that plunges at least 500 feet down into a water table few people even know exists, an aquifer stretching for miles beneath the desert floor. It's the only home on Earth for the Devil's Hole pupfish, a species clinging to survival in a pool the size of a 2-car garage. But here's the part that should unsettle you. When an earthquake strikes thousands of miles away, Japan, Chile, Indonesia, the water inside Devil's Hole sloshes, visibly, measurably. Waves rise on command from tremors on the opposite side of the planet because everything down there is connected through rock in ways the surface can't show you. Your own body runs the same closed system. Your kidneys hoard sodium, ration water, and weight, silently rebalancing you the same way that basin rebalances itself, invisible until the system finally cracks. And in August 2023, it cracked. Hurricane Hillary dumped a year's worth of rain onto that dead lakebed in a single day. Days later, Lake Manly, the ancient lake this whole basin used to hold, the one everyone assumed had disappeared for good in 1849, came back. People kayaked across water sitting below sea level, paddling over a dead desert that had been quietly waiting under a crust of salt the entire time. It lasted for months before the desert swallowed it again. So ask yourself this: if one storm was enough to resurrect a lake nobody thought still existed, buried under salt that took 10,000 years to form. What happens the next time it rains here, and doesn't stop in time to evaporate before the water finds something it isn't supposed to reach?